Ever get that itch? You know, that feeling like you just need to swap the concrete jungle for, like, wide open spaces.
Ah, yeah, the classic city versus country dilemma.
Right. Like, is the grass really greener on the other side, or is that just, a load of fertilizer?
Well, luckily for us, we can dive into that today. And I think what's really interesting about this whole thing is it's not just about picking a place on a map.
Oh, absolutely not.
It gets into like our values, right?
Yes.
Community, opportunity, even just having a moment of peace.
Totally. And you know what really got me thinking? I was looking at some notes earlier, and get this, there's this town, super small, but their housing costs are like 40% lower. Can you believe that?
Wow, that's wild.
40% compared to the city, just a hop, skip, and a jump away.
I can see the appeal for sure.
So let's unpack this, okay?
Mhm.
What is it about rural life that draws people in?
Well, I think for a lot of folks, it's that peace and space, you know? Imagine waking up to birds chirping instead of sirens blaring,
Oh, yeah.
having a garden instead of like a fire escape.
Okay, so you're painting a pretty idyllic picture here.
It's definitely a different pace, that's for sure.
But, and I do have a, but here, what about jobs? I mean, I know remote work is huge now, but I was reading that cities still have like 3 times the number of job openings in, say, tech compared to more rural areas.
Yeah, no, you're hitting on a really important point. That concentration of opportunity in urban areas, it's a big deal for a lot of people. You've got diverse job markets, industries that are like constantly evolving, and there's this energy, all those social events, professional meetups.
It's like a constant buzz.
Exactly. So if
Yeah.
you thrive in that kind of environment, it can be really invigorating.
See, now this makes me wonder, is there some kind of middle ground? Like, could the suburbs be the best of both worlds?
The suburban solution.
Right. A little bit of country, but you could still hop on a train and be in the city in no time.
Interesting. Well, I'll have to park that thought for a second, though, because I think we need to talk about the flip side.
Oh, right, yeah. Big city living isn't always pretty, is it?
Not always. I mean, our notes here talk about some major downsides. The stress level, for one. And then there's the cost of living. It's sky high in a lot of urban areas.
Makes that 40% difference sound pretty good right about now.
Yeah, for sure. And that constant feeling of being surrounded by crowds, it can be a bit much. Not to mention the safety concerns. You're facing different challenges than you might in a quieter, more rural setting.
It's funny, right? We think about peace and quiet, and it's like, well, try sleeping through a symphony of car horns and sirens at 2 a.m. Maybe city life isn't all it's cracked up to be.
There are always trade-offs no matter where you go.
So true. So what does it all boil down to then?
It's all about you, really. What are you hoping to get out of your environment? What are your priorities?
I love that. It's not just about the where, it's about the how. How do you want to live your life?
Exactly.
So where do you stand now? Big city lights calling your name? Or are you feeling that pull toward the countryside?
Tough choice.
Maybe somewhere in between.
Yeah.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Oh.
Honestly, there's no right answer. It's just about figuring out what feels right for you. It's something to really sit with.
It really is. And hey, we'd love to hear what you think. Until next time, happy pondering, everyone.